自分の中の好きなこと、みんなが行ってる場所じゃなくても好奇心が動く方へ自分を連れ出していく。それを新しい旅と呼ぼう。動け、日本中の好奇心たち。鉄道はもう走っている。動け、好奇心。
Welcome to the SIF Circuit, the world's most prestigious competition for tourism videos and campaigns. 10 major international awards, 1 global ranking, 1 ultimate goal, to be recognized among the world's best tourism films of the year. Throughout the year, your work competes across the globe at the most renowned awards, from Japan to the United States, Serbia, Spain, France, Croatia, Portugal, Greece, and Austria. Each event is part of a single integrated circuit. Every award counts, every point matters. The highest ranked productions secure their place at the World Tourism Film Awards, where the global industry gathers and the year's best are officially honored. More than a competition, the SIF circuit is a global benchmark, a worldwide stage. A year-long journey that amplifies your visibility and positions your work among the industry's elite. If your work deserves international recognition, take the next step. Enter the SIFT circuit.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
はい、本日はご来場いただき誠にありがとうございます。
Thank you very much for joining us today. And we're pleased to announce the opening of the Japan's World Tourism Film Festival 2026.
はい、ただいまより第8回日本国際観光映像祭を開催いたします。
We're very honored to be your host today, and I'm Tomomi Duquette, and this is Makoto Matsuzaki.
はい、本日司会を務めます映画活動家で放送作家の松崎誠と申します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
Duquette ともみと申します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
もうそれでは早速ですね、こちらで開会のご挨拶に移りたいと思います。本日はシフトより、特別なゲストを来賓をお招きしております。それではですね、その後に実行委員会を代表してご挨拶いたします。
はい。We'll now begin the opening remarks. We're honored to welcome a distinguished guest from SHIFT, and following that, members of organizing committee will also share a few words.
はい、それでは初めのご挨拶でございます。初めにシフトディレクターアレクサンダー・カーメルさんからご挨拶いただきます。
First, Mr. Alexander Kamel, Director of SHIFT.
Hello. First remark that Tomomi doesn't have. It's always nice to see new faces like the three of us. I'm pretty sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, authorities, esteemed guests, dear friends, good morning. 皆様おはようございます。
ご参列の皆様、韓国のご来賓の皆様、関係者の皆様、そして親愛なる皆様、おはようございます。
今年も JWTFF に参加できてとても嬉しいです。It's a great honor to be here in Koka for the 8th edition of the Japan's World Tourism Film Festival.
この度第8回ジャパンワールドツーリズムフェスティバルの開催地である日本国際観光映像祭の開催地である福岡のこの地に参ることができて大変光栄に存じます。
Over the next few days, we will explore the impact of film in promoting tourism, gain fresh perspectives, and celebrate the extraordinary creativity and vision of this year's winners.
ここからの数日間、私たちは観光促進における映像の力を探求し、そして新たな視点を得るとともに、本年度の受賞者の卓越した創造性とビジョンを称えることになります。
And we hopefully will learn a lot about the secret life of the ninjas, as Koka is supposed to be the capital of the ninjas.
また甲賀は忍者の里として知られておりますので、忍者の知られざる世界についても多くを学べることを私自身とても楽しみにしております。
At least this is what His Excellency Mr. Hiroki Ovanga, the mayor of Koka, told us last year in Minawa. Yeah. Okay, that's one of my examples. Sorry.
去年こちらの会場でごめんなさい前回の映像祭の時に市長の方からこの忍者のことをすごくたくさんいろいろ教えていただきましたので、実際に見ることを楽しみにしております。
The Japan World Tourism Film Festival is an esteemed member of the International Committee of Tourism Film Festivals, a network that brings together the best tourism film festivals of the world.
日本国際観光映像祭は世界各国の世界観光映像祭の中でですね、それらを結ぶシフトの一員として世界中で高く評価をされております。そしてコミュニケーションを取るためたくさんのつながりを生むですねコミュニティとして、そして高い評価を得ております。
It also marks the first stage of the ZIFT circuit, as you already saw on the video, a global competition that will define the world's best tourism films of the year.
また本フェスティバルはシフトのサーキットという、世界中をこう回っていくですね、この映像祭の第一ステージ、2026年の第一ステージとして年間の世界最高の観光映像祭作品を決定する国際的な競争のこの幕開けとなっております。
I couldn't be more excited to embark on this journey that will reward the very best in tourism videos while setting new standards for both the tourism and audiovisual industries. Even though, and we will see this tomorrow, happiness and sadness are closer together than ever.
観光映像の最高峰を称えつつ、観光及びそして営業業界の新たな基準を築くこの旅に参加できること、これ以上ないほど私自身楽しみにしております。そして明日ご覧いただけることは思うんですが、今の時代は喜びと悲しみがかつてないほど隣り合わせていることも実感することになるかと思います。
I would like to sincerely thank the festival organizers, especially its director, Tsuyoshi Kigawa, for their commitment to making this festival a vital platform where filmmakers and tourism professionals can showcase their work and earn international recognition. It also plays an important role in driving the growth of Japan's audiovisual industry.
本フェスティバルの主催者の皆様、とりわけディレクターの木川剛様に心より感謝を申し上げます。本イベントを映像制作者やそして観光関係者が作品を発信し、国際的な評価を得る重要な場として築き上げてこられました。また日本の映像産業の発展にも大きく寄与されております。
A special thank you to the jury members whose expertise and commitment ensure that the very best productions are recognized.
また審査員の皆様にも特別な感謝を申し上げたいと思います。その専門性と皆様の献身により最も優れた作品が正当に評価をされております。
My deepest gratitude also goes to all the participants that made the effort to come despite all the turmoil happening in this world right now. Your work and talent continue to push the boundaries of tourism promotion.
さらに現在の世界情勢の中においてもご参加くださったすべての皆様に心より感謝を申し上げます。皆様の作品と才能は観光プロモーションの可能性をさらに押し広げ続けていくことになると思います。
And of course, a deep appreciation to the festival's partners and sponsors for their unwavering support in making this event possible. Yep, no, that's the next paragraph.
Oh, is it?
It is.
またストーリーテリングの力を学ぼうとする多くの学生の皆様を
No, that's the other one.
What?
I just jumped the paragraph.
Oh, you did. Oh, right. Okay. そう、大変失礼いたしました。そして本イベントの実現を支えてくださっているパートナーおよびスポンサーの皆様にも深く感謝を申し上げたいと思います。
Let us take these days to share knowledge, celebrate creativity, and drive positive changes in tourism communication.
この数日間を知識を共有し、創造性をたたえ、観光コミュニケーションにおける前向きな変化を生み出す機会といたしましょう。
And I truly look forward to continuing this journey with many of you as we progress through the upcoming stages of the TIFF circuit.
そしてシフトサーキットの今後のステージを通じて、皆様と共にこの歩みを続けていけることを心より楽しみにしております。
Thank you. I wish you all an inspiring and rewarding festival. ご来場の皆様に素敵な時間となりますように。
ありがとうございました。皆様にとって実り多く刺激に満ちた素晴らしいフェスティバルとなることを心よりお祈り申し上げます。本日はどうもよろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。
Thank you, Tomomi.
Next, Mr. Kyung-wook, CEO, President of the International Jury.
はい、続きまして国際部門審査委員長のソ・ギョンクーさんです。よろしくお願いいたします。
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kyung Seo. I'm a professor at Northumbria University from United Kingdom.
イギリスのですね、大学の方で今回教授をしております。そして、国際部門の審査委員長を務めておりますソ・ギョンクウクです。よろしくお願いいたします。
And this is my biggest honor to serve as a jury president for 3 years now. And I'm so glad to see some familiar faces as well as some new faces from many countries in the world.
今回で3回目の参加となりますが、こちらに審査委員長としてまた関われることを大変光栄に思っております。そしてこの3年間の中でですね、またお見かけして懐かしいと思える顔に出会えること、そしてまた新しい皆様にお会いできることも非常に嬉しく思っております。
And this event is already 8th in its number. So we've been doing this for 8 years, which is already a great achievement. I've seen many festivals that is not really continuous after a few years, but we've been growing and expanding over the last 8 years. So we are very happy to see it's thriving.
今回こちらの映像祭が第8回目ということになりますが、この8年間ですね、この国際観光映像祭とどまることなく大きく成長してまいりました。多くのこういった映像祭ですとかいろいろなお祭りですね、数年経ってそして消えてしまうということが多いんですけれども、その中で私たちのこの日本国際観光映像祭はとどまることなくさらに成長を遂げてきたこと、これに対して本当に大変光栄に思いますし、皆様にここにご参加いただいていることを嬉しく思っております。
So we are thriving and growing in many ways. So we have a growing number of films submitted to this festival. So jury committee members had to review hundreds of films. But it's not just numbers, but we are seeing films coming in from very few the separated areas around the world. So it's not just a number of films, but we see the films coming in from some regions we haven't seen before. So more countries, more regions, more rural areas are actually participating in this world event.
そして先ほどの成長しているということですね。私たちもちろん挑戦もしていますし、成長していっているわけなんですが、その中でここに応募してくださる作品数の数も増えていっております。もちろん数が多ければいいということではないんですけれども、ただいろいろな地域ですね、私たちがまだ見たことのない、出会ったことない、そういった地域からいろいろな国からこちらの映像祭に作品が応募されております。その分審査員の皆様もですね、今1300を超 超える作品が届いておりますので、これを一つ一つ確認していく、評価させていただくというのは非常に大きな作業ではあるんですけれども、こういった中で今まで知らなかった地域というところに光が当たるということに関して非常に光栄に思っております。
And what is so unique about this film festival is that we are traveling. We are not, stagnant in one place. So last 3 years, for example, we've been organizing this event in Kushiro with snow and Okayama with forest. Now in Koka with ninja and pottery. So this movement in many different places in Japan is already the reflection of the ecotourism, the new spirit of the 21st century, which we are very proud of.
そしてもう一つ私たちが誇らしく思っていることが、この国際観光映像祭、国内のいろんな場所を巡っております。なので観光映像祭自体が旅をしている、観光をしているというところにも紐づいているというところにあります。2年前、2years ago we were in 釧路、right。2年前が、北海道の阿寒ですね。そしてその前、去年が岡山のマニワですね。そして今回がこの忍者のコカですね。こういったいろいろな場所でいろいろなこの日本の中の観光地を皆さんにお届けしながらできるというこの観光映像祭がこれ一つがまずエコツーリズムにもつながっている、そういうふうに感じているので、非常に私たちも誇らしく思っております。
Lastly, I'd like to really appreciate all the hard works from the organizing committee members, including Professor Kigawa and his team and his students. And without their support, this organization is not possible. So again, I thank you so much for those support from the organizing committee members.
そして今回この映像祭を運営してくださっている皆様、木川先生はじめ木川先生のチーム、そして学生の皆様、ここにいらっしゃる皆様すべての方がいらっしゃるからこそ、この映像祭というものが運営できていると思っております。それに対して私の方からも御礼を申し上げたいと思います。皆様本当にありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
Next, Mr. Akihiro Kashima, the president of the Japanese jury.
はい、続きまして日本部門審査委員長鹿島明宏さんです。よろしくお願いいたします。
Good morning, everyone. I'm Akihiro Kashima. I'm very honored to serve as chair of the jury for the Japan's division. And first of all, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to everyone who submitted their film to this festival, and also to the jury members also, and all the people who are engaged in this film, and yeah. And I have been, it's been several years since I got engaged in this film festival. I always feel that these films submitted always remind us of what is truly important, valuable in each place. And those images always convey the landscapes, cultures, and the people, everyday lives of people, and the meanings embedded within them. And it reminds us of what is so valuable, and the significance of the travel, and the real meaning of setting out on a travel. So I'm always enjoying this film festival. And during this film festival, I'd like to share these findings of the films with each of you. Thank you very much. 皆さん、鹿島明宏と申します。日本部門の、審査部門の、審査委員長を仰せつかっております。まず最初にですね、この、映像祭に、作品映像を応募してくださった皆様、そして、それを審査たくさんの作品を審査くださった審査員の皆様、そしてこうして今日の準備を協力していただいた、多くの、皆様にまず御礼を申し上げたいと思います。で私もこの数年、今年で第8回ということですけれども、1回目から関わらせていただいてまして、いつもですね、この観光映像祭っていうのは観光という名前がさっきテューンさんもおっしゃってましたけれども、観光という映像祭ですので、少し一般の映像祭とはまた違うということで、やっぱり集まってくる作品を拝見して、本当にその土地で何が一番大切にされているのかっていうことが映像を見て初めてよく伝わってくる。おそらく現地に行ってそれを体感するのは一番いいと思いますけれども、おそらくそれ以上に気づかされてくれるようなものが映像の中に表現されているっていうのがやっぱり皆さんの映像を作られた方々の思いだと思っています。そこにはその土地の文化ですとか風景ですとかそのとか、そういったものが見えてくると思います。で、そういったものを拝見して、改めて自分自身のふるさとであったり、自分自身の思いのある場所のことをもう一度振り返ってみたり、あるいはその旅の大切さですとか、旅に出かけることの意味っていうものをもう一度考え直させてくれる、そんな映像作品の数々に出会うことができる、そういう映像祭だなと思っております。今日は明日と皆様とこの映像祭で、紹介されるこの作品を通して、そういったその気づきを皆様と分かち合えたらと思っております。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。
Next, Mr. Tsuyoshi Kigawa, Festival Director.
はい、続きまして本映像祭ディレクター、木川剛さんです。よろしくお願いいたします。
おはようございます。Firstly, I speak in English and later speak in Japanese. So, my name is Tsuyoshi Kigawa, director of the Japan World Tourism Film Festival. Although I was born in Kyoto, it is very important, but I grew up here in Shiga. It is really great pleasure for me to hold this festival in what I consider my home. Tourism exists for peace. It is a way for us to respect different culture and to value each other's lives. At the same time, in this era of the population decline, especially in Japan, tourism has also become a form of competition. This is precisely why I must ask ourselves, what should tourism film convey today? Tourism film gives shape to the piece. They reveal the expression of the people who live in there and communicate culture rooted in the land. In doing so, they remind us what it means to be a human and what we truly value. The theme of this year's festival is Back to the Origin of Japan, living within the culture woven by mountains and villages. Here in Koka, I hope this festival will be an opportunity to reflect on that meaning. Please enjoy the festival until the very end. So, I speak in Japanese too. 日本国際観光映像祭ディレクターの木川剛です。私自身京都生まれなんですけども、あまり認めてもらえないことが多いんですが、滋賀県で育ちました。このような場所で、つまりこの滋賀県という場所で映像祭開催できるということを非常に心から嬉しく思っております。観光は平和のためにあります。異なる文化を尊重し、互いの命を大切にするための営みです。しかし、一方で特にこの日本では人口減少の時代においては観光というのは一方で競争というものでもあります。だからこそ今私たちは問い直す必要があると思います。観光映像は何を伝えるべきなのだろうかと。で、観光映像は土地に輪郭を与えます。そこに生きる人々の表情を映して地域に根ざした文化を伝えます。それは私たちが人間として何を大切にしてきたのかということを思い出させてくれるものです。今回のテーマは日本の源流へ大和里が紡いだ文化に住むです。この校歌という場所でその意味を考える時間になれば幸いです。どうぞ最後までお楽しみください。
はい、大変失礼いたしました。Finally, we will have the official opening declaration by the Executive Committee Chair.
はい、最後に、実行委員長による開会宣言です。よろしくお願いいたします。
皆様おはようございます。ようこそ甲賀市にお越しいただきまして大変ありがとうございます。本日は第8回日本国際観光映像祭甲賀大会に本当にたくさんの方にお集まりいただきまして心より感謝申し上げたいと思います。本当にありがとうございます。開催地を代表いたしまして一言ご挨拶を申し上げたいと思います。私は実行委員長を拝命しております甲賀市観光まちづくり協会の代表理事の小山と申します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today at the 8th Japan International Tourism Film Festival in Koka. On behalf of the host city, I would like to offer a few words of greeting. And I am Koyama, the Executive Committee Chair of the 8th Japan's International World Tourism Festival.
日本国際観光映像祭は国内外の優れた観光映像を表彰し、観光映像の質向上と観光振興の目的に開催をされておられます。世界最大の観光映像祭ネットワークでございますシフトの正式加盟映画祭でございまして、そのような名誉ある映画祭をこの甲賀市で開催していただくことは甲賀市に対しても大変ありがたいことでございますし、大変感謝申し上げたいと思います。本当にありがとうございます。
This International Tourism Film Festival is held to recognize outstanding tourism films from Japan and abroad with the aim of improving the quality of tourism film and promoting tourism. In an official member of SHIFT, the world's largest network of tourism film festival, and we're truly honored to host such a prestigious event here in Koka City. And I thank you very much for letting us host this event here in Koka.
この滋賀県甲賀市は滋賀県でも南東部に位置をいたしまして、今も言われております忍者信楽焼そして東海道の宿場町として知られる伝統そして歴史が非常に深い町でございまして豊かな自然も有する非常に魅力的なところでございます。
This Koka city, located in the southern part of Shiga Prefecture, is blessed with the rich nature and is a place where history and traditional thrive, known for its ninjas and shigaraki ware and post town along the historic Tokaido Road.
ここ甲賀市では NHK の連続テレビ小説「スカーレット」の舞台地となったことをきっかけといたしまして 映像作品を活用した観光政策にも舵を取っておりまして、市内では名所旧跡もたくさん残されておりまして、現在もこれまで数多くの映画やドラマの撮影として使われてきております。映像作品として世に発信されますことで、観光誘致につながりまして、地域のにぎわいにもつながっていくものと確信をいたしております。まさに日本国際観光映画祭の開催理念と通じるものがございまして、世界から選べる高画質を映像を通して目指していきたいと考えております。
So here in Koka City, following its role as the setting of the NHK, the national TV channel, morning drama Scarlet, we have been promoting tourism policies, and that makes us make use of film and visual content. The city is a home to many scenic and also historic sites, and a lot of films and TV dramas have been shot here. By sharing these works with the world, we believe they contribute to attractive visitors and also fostering civic pride and creating creating a great community here. This aligns perfectly with the philosophy of the Japan World Tourism Festival, and we will continue striving to become a city chosen by people from around the world.
結びとなりますが、映像作品にエントリーされました皆様方、そして映像祭関係者の皆様方に感謝するとともに、ますますの発展をご活躍を記念申し上げまして、開会のご挨拶を返させていただきます。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
In closing, I would like to wish all the participants and everyone involved in the festival continued success and prosperity. And with that, I conclude my opening remarks. Thank you very much. We'll now move on to the screening session. And now we begin the screening of tourism films.
はい、ありがとうございます。それでは上映セッションの方に移ります。
So films from all over the world have been selected for this festival.
それでは観光映像の上映ということで、そちらの方に移っていきたいと思います。
So each film represents unique cultures and landscapes and human stories, and it's coming from all over the world.
本映像祭には世界各国から作品が集まりました。それぞれの作品が文化や風景、そして人々の営みを映し出しています。
And from 11 a.m., we're starting the forum where we will be on the stage and start discussing about the, what is this, tourism is, or like the films are. So like, while we're watching these specific videos. And hope you guys will join us and also enjoy this film festival. Thank you very much.
はい、観光映像を実際に見ながら議論するフォーラムは11時より開始いたします。どうぞ最後までお楽しみください。
We hope you enjoy the program. Thank you so much.
Viene mar. Vida. Identidade. Um mar que nos une. Nestas águas, onde navegamos, constroem-se histórias que nos fazem ser parte de um eixo, de um Atlântico que nos abraça. Voltados para o mar, de olhos postos na Galiza, o território não é a linha que o divide, mas as pessoas que dele e nele vivem. Nas cores, nas formas e nos gestos. Construímos quem somos. Se na areia ou na eira se dançou, agora são muitos os palcos onde o diverso e a liberdade se apresentam. Deixa-te levar pela nossa cultura. Viana espera por ti.
時を超え、山の呼吸がそっと人々の暮らしを見守ってきた。変わらないものと変わりゆくもの。この山は人々の暮らしとともに時を重ねながら静かにその全てを見守っている。山のふもとに広がる地域では自然の恵みを大切にしながら人の手で受け継がれ、時代に合わせて形を変えてきた。中心地では各地各国から研究者や学生など新たな人々が集まり、町に新しい力をもたらしてくれている。そしてこの町と人々を今も変わらぬ姿で見守っている場所では、多くの人々を魅了し続けていた。これは地元の人たちの変わらない町への思いが多くの心に届いて、静かに、確かに心にぬくもりを与えてくれているからだ。この町は変わりながらも大切なものを守り続けている。四季を感じ、自然と共に暮らし、人から人へと受け継がれていくもの。この地に流れる歴史を感じ、仲間と共に思いを一つにして挑戦し続ける。世界と共に大きな夢を抱き、多様な人々が共に生き、その心を一つにする祭りがあり、そしてこの祭りが街をつなぎ、未来へと思いをつないでいく。実際に街を歩き、山が見てきた時の流れと人々の思いに触れた時、この街が持つ力と人のつながり、そして温かさを感じた。
我总是一直说改天来看你，说着说着又过了好多个星期，你总是会问我何时回家去，一转眼我们都一点点老去。每当寂寞，我就好想要回家，陪你坐在沙发上，关心你的一天怎么样。每当迷惘，我就好想要回家，分享我的成长，你的笑容总是那么暖。有你的爱是我的家，有 是一直说改天来看你，不知不觉又过了好多个冬季，你总是会问我何时回家去，一转眼我们又都一点点老去。每当寂寞，我就好想要回家，陪你坐在沙发上，关心你的一天怎么样。每当迷惘，我就好想要回家，分享我的成长。你的笑容总是那么暖，有你的爱是我的家，有你的地方就是家。
Traveling is much more than just a simple displacement. It is an invitation to adventure, a quest for discoveries, and an inner journey towards understanding oneself and others. In a society where people are divided, listening to and accepting cultural differences become essential. This is why one should not hesitate to explore. Because whatever the destination, the journey's always worth it. In Thailand, beauty lies in every detail. From the green beauty of the countryside, where rice fields abound, to the chaos of the cities, where traffic sets the rhythm of day and night. From the tranquility of its southern islands to the lush beauty of its wild flora and fauna. Traveling through Thailand, one discovers a society where respect and serenity are at the heart of daily life. The Buddhist rituals, the majestic temples that dot the landscape, the warmth of the inhabitants, the bustling markets where flavors and colors blend in a vibrant dance. Every street corner, every exchanged smile tells a story. Traveling means confronting diversity. It means stepping out of our comfort zone and seeing the world through the eyes of those who live differently. Traveling is learning to appreciate what makes us unique but also, more importantly, what connects us all as human beings.
Nos vemos en nuestro lugar especial.
Feliz aniversario.
Mira, el puntito blanquito que tú puedes ver en la chat. Esto es chorlita con pati negro e un'ave che sta in...
Adiós, Rosalía. Adiós, Rocío. Hola.
Salida de los primeros rayos del sol y con el inicio de la recogida del palacio, comienza la actividad del parque.
Nos vemos en nuestro lugar especial. Gracias.
¡Hey, David!
Viviendo en este entorno.
Vale, entonces te gustas el chavo, ¿eh?
Andy. 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 Sí. ¿Dónde has estado?
Hello.
Llevo todo el día buscándote.
あではここからトークのセッションに入りますんで、フォーラム1に登壇者のアレクサンダー・カンベル、ヤンキー、キューブクセオ、ドン、イムラン、鹿島さん、デュケットさん、来てください。
So let's start this session. First, I'd like to introduce the members. We are the juries for the international division, and the jury president, Mr. Kyun-san, and Mr. Kamel, and
デュケットともみです。This is ともみデュケット。今これからフォーラムを始めるにあたりまして、日本の審査委員長の鹿島さんにホストをしていただきまして、そして国際審査委員長のキュングさん、そしてシフトのプレジデントのカメルさん、そして向こうの3名も国際審査員の審査員メンバーになります。ドンさんと、ヤンキーさん、そしてイムラムさんですね、の3名になります。で、ここからすみません、このフォーラムに関しては英語でフォーラムのさせていただきますので、よろしくお願いいたします。YouTube の方でおそらく後ほど字幕がつくかと思いますが、はい、よろしくお願いいたします。
So let's start with well the the first impression of the entries of this year, and well, I believe each jury has your very oh really so we have a topic, and please.
So the topic here is what makes the this tourism film as a great film. It's like, what makes you think it's a great film as a tourism video. So that based on that topic, we will pick whichever the video that you liked out of this list, and then while we're showing the video, we can discuss like why you thought that video would be good, and what was the, I don't know, like some challenges that we have, or any. So maybe you have a choice. So yeah, Kyung has one of him that he wants to show. So we'll go from there, and then maybe we can turn like next turn. You guys can choose, pick one.
So you want me to explain? No, you just say. Yeah. Well, my first pick is 133, Sweet Sounds by Thilacine. I can't. Thilacine. 133. We have many great films this year, so it was very competitive, but my choice here is something unique and different from the usual films. I don't mean to say this is the very best one, but you will see a very different approach of making a tourism film.
Well, this is a very unique and special film, and I think, well, most of the juries had a very high reputation on this film. So, anyone can explain your opinion or your feeling on this film? Or any kind of opinion, if you have.
Actually, it's nothing new because we had this already. As far as I remember, it was a Japanese film or a Taiwanese film with working with sounds. So, so we had this already. But what didn't we have already? What did we not have already? So basically, that's it. Yeah, I like the images of the guy with the sound bar, always looking away. Nevertheless, I don't know. It's not my favorite, but it shows Switzerland and the different landscapes. I'm not convinced by the sound.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
No. Any of it? Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that was one of my top favorites because I like the music very much. So after watching this movie, I just logged into the YouTube and find this musician called Dilasin. Dilasin. Yeah, I actually searched for his other music pieces, and not everything's were all equally good. But this particular music in this film was actually really well composed. And you know, when you think about the film about Switzerland, everybody already have an expectation about, well, beautiful mountains, sceneries, and old structure of houses. So whatever you film about Switzerland, you know, there's nothing really new about it. So I think it's a very clever choice of the Swiss, the tourism, the committee, to make a decision to, collaborate this musician to make it more auditory rather than, visual. And it actually delivers some, combination of sounds, both natural sound and artificial sound. So the whole tourism film is driven by music rather than scenery. So that actually stands out with the high quality of the musical composition. So that's the reason I chose this one as one of my top favorite.
Is this music really driving you?
Yes.
Okay. Yankee.
Yeah, I want to talk first. This movie, I like the concept. Why? Because most of the time we don't feel the places. Actually, he want through sound to feel the place, how you feel like snowy area, train area. So that attract people to go to the Switzerland because we are living in big cities. We don't have a time to feel the sound. So this is the good thing of this movie. The meaning, the music and other stuff, it is mediocre. It is not really high quality. So the concept is very nice.
My opinion is it's similar to the one with Malaysia, but this one is through sound. Even though the Malaysian video there's a destination, it's similar with a very lively music. But for me, I also agree with Alexander that it's just showing the destination, the showcase, and then after that, where should I go? Which destination? So it's just showing everything very beautiful, but the engagement for me, because we have different perception. Yeah. For me, so where should I start? Yeah, because if there is an engagement, there is a story behind it, it will be much more interesting. That's from my opinion. Thank you.
Hello. Okay, mine would be a bit quick because I think there were different opinions about the film. I agree that this has been done quite a lot before, using sounds to drive or as the main element in the film. I also like some of the scenes used to showcase some of the sceneries of Switzerland, but it's also not one of my most favorite in the films. Well, we have 100 films here, so there really are other beautiful films. But for this one, I like the concept used, but it's not on my top of my list as well.
So based on this forum's topic, which is what makes a great tourism film, this is something that I was wondering watching this video. Like, if this is a tourism video, for me, good tourism video would be something like, that makes me want to go after watching this video. And what is good film for you?
Well, I wouldn't say that's a bad film.
No, I know.
Of course not. Because the thing is that you start to think and you say, okay, where is this? And what is this? And like you said, you go to the internet, you take a look, and you try to learn more. And that's good,
Yeah,
because
that's
that's what the film is about.
Right.
The film,
Makes you
the
think.
idea of the film and the idea of each film is either to want you to go directly and to say, damn, I want to go there, or is to, I want to know more about the destination, or I want to know more about the hotel, or I want to know more about this experience, or I want to know more about this. And it's kind of to start an action, to get you into action.
Right.
The worst is you see the film and you say, thank you very much, next film. So that's the worst that can happen. No, you need to get moving. You need to get into something. And as Q said, yeah, he went to the internet. He was trying to find out who is Tilasin, who is this guy, what does it mean, what kind of word is this even, and to understand more. And the pictures we have seen are really nice. They remind me a little bit. What was it? 2 years ago, the film from Switzerland with the photographers,
Right.
where you always also had these similar pictures. But again, we are a very bad example because we see these hundreds of films. So the thing is, what does the client see?
Right,
And
right.
the
The actual
maybe the
customers.
client and the customer don't see all these films.
Right.
They see hundreds of other films that are maybe worse than what we see here. And again, it's call to action, and
Right.
that's what the film is doing. So
Right.
therefore, it's okay.
For you, the three, like, I just want to know, like, before we get into, like, too much deep into, like, about one specific video, but what is the definition of a good film to start with? Then based on that, like, what do we think about those films? Like, if you don't mind, like, sharing your thoughts, and you too.
For me, the good movie is that give us the right image of that place where we are going. Like if you see, there is a movie from Portugal, Viana de Castelo. So I've been there, this city, and in this city, he portrayed everything, whatever in the city has inside his film, like dance, jewelry, culture, everything is there. So the good tourism movie is that portray 100% whatever they have, not manipulation or stuff. Yes, you can do with the camera or story, like voiceover, but the images should be come right there.
Yeah, maybe to make it much more interesting is that maybe there should be a subtitle telling the story. Why should we go there? Not that all the destination, but just like what's the history of like the place, yeah, the whole place, etc. So that it will be, it's nice to go there, yeah. And then later on we will choose which destination rather than just the sound. So it's already, actually, the whole thing is good for the introduction, But if you add some subtitle about some very nice story about the Switzerland, then it will be much better.
Okay, for me, I think the beauty of being part of this jury is that we came from different fields, but ultimately it all boils down to tourism. So for me, a good film might not be necessarily exactly what a good film for other jury members, because I'm viewing it in the lens of a filmmaker as well, because I'm also a filmmaker. So I'll be very technical with the aspects of production and how I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, I think for me, it would be if I see a new destination that I really don't know of, and it gives me a call to action to, oh, I think I should check more about this place, or if I have a preconceived notion of a place where I think I'll open up about that one film that I viewed, where there's really not much good reputation about this place, but when I viewed the film here, it reopened my senses on what the place could offer. So I think that's one aspect where I could say that it's a good film, where it's able to change how I perceive the place from what I'd known it from the news or from other visual media. And then second is if I want to go there, basically. So it's a call to action if the film really is for tourism, because that's the gist of the festival, I think, is for tourism. So how am I gonna go there? Can I go there? I wanna go there. So if I wanna go there, I think it's a good film.
Can I say something? Imran, what you said is super dangerous. because you said you want 100% of how the destination looks like. And I think, no, we're selling the reality, but dreams. What the video is showing should be kind of reflected in reality. I just had a friend, she was for 1 month in Bali, and if you go to Instagram, and she saw it herself as well, if you go to the beaches and you see something like 80 centimeters of plastic rubbish on every beach, that's not the way you want to see Bali. Or it's when you see that the beach has been eroded, or after all the storms we had now in Malaga and in Portugal, and the beaches are being eroded and there's no beach anymore. No, you're still selling a dream. Yes, it shouldn't be too far from reality. Nevertheless, you go to Instagram and you see sometimes reality and sometimes a dream. Like, you're not allowed to talk about the attacks in Dubai and in the Emirates right now if you're an influencer, because if you do this, you're being expelled from the Emirates, or you're being you go into jail. No, we have to. It's a thin line. We have to tell stories, and we have to. And the film has to create a desire to action. And whatever this action is, either it's the action of, yes, I want to go there, I want to be part, I want to have the same experience, and I want to have the same hotel, I want to be in this hotel with the pool in front, and all you hear is the jungle, and you don't hear the highway behind it. So, no, not 100% reality, that's dangerous.
Well, I think, I also think, I agree with, like what Tomomi-san said, that in general, the real good tourism films would be those who can make you want to visit the place. And I think it's very natural. But I think there's also another kind of films that may convey the message that by watching the film, you may learn how you can feel the place, or how you can understand the reality of the place. And so this case, I think I didn't understand that as a music, but I took it as a sound, a collective sound. And this film, well, taught me that I can feel the place by picking up each sound, and then I can take this experience to other places. So this is what I felt, I learned from film.
Well, just back to the original question of what makes good tourist film. I think there could be two different types of films. One is a standard one, so where you show the images of the destination, so that people can feel the urge of, I'd like to visit that place. That's more like a standard one. But we also need a non-standard one, like this Swiss sound, where they try to show something beyond the direction and destination and images, so that people can feel more about the higher level perception of the area. So it's more like a branding of the Switzerland rather than showing this is the place you go. So I think we need both standard, non-standard. And this film is valuable because there are other Switzerland films showing the destination. So without them, if you only have this film as a sound, then it doesn't really work well. So I think all these, the jury members, the answers are actually equally valuable when you think about these different categories of standard and non-standard.
Yeah, I agree. And also, like, what Yanki was saying, like, she prefers having the information. I actually do the opposite when I make my film. I don't show exactly where it is, but like, I want the customers to wonder where that is. It's like, and after you watch my video, I want them to think, oh, I want to try, I want to do this experience. I want to, go there. I want to eat that, but where it is? Where is it? It's like, leaving the question to the customer is my aim, though. Like, it's not maybe for everyone. But like, he was saying, like, in two types of things. Like, for if it's maybe like, I don't know, government showing, this is my city, this is where I should go. Like these kind of informative videos, then, what you say makes totally sense to me. Whereas if I'm using my video to attract my customer, like potential customers want to come to my city, then I, on purpose, I don't show too much about the city's name, but more like show them the experience that they might, feel through.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the name. It's not the name of the destination. It's about the story. The story should be the subtitle, the subscript, whatever it is you call it. So it's about the experience, not the destination. I agree with you. So maybe you got me wrong. Thank you.
So can I throw another film into the ring, as we say? And that's about a difficult subject, because on one side it's a very economical subject, and on the other side it's a subject that's also that needs a lot of feeling and convincing people to do this, and that's mice. And mice is super complicated, and mice is involving a lot of money, and everybody's trying to convince people to make their conferences and so on. And we have this incredible example coming from Porto in Norte, from Portugal, which is Ophelia de Sousa. And they had this incredible film which they started with, which was a super hit, and they made a follow-up film with Ophelia. And yeah, it's number 134, Ophelia.
Some say that planning an event these days is a task for splint runners. Social media hypes, internet challenges, fads and trends that come and go faster than you can say hashtag. Exhausting. Here we've given up stressing about trends long ago, because the truth is, we know the one big trend that never goes out of style. Finding it hard to believe? Color. Every year, someone says there's one color to rule them all. Legendary blue, quiet green, mocha tone. Nonsense. The world's a rainbow. Just ditch the trend. Anything is possible when technology sets the tone for today's immersive multimedia shows. But if the sky is the limit, embarrassing network events, gray suits, sweaty hands, and awkward interactions. Break the ice with local folklore's energy. We are actually keen about the wellness trends. And we even have a long tradition in mindfulness activities, and meditation to promote body and mind connection. Now there's an incentive trip, always on trend. A hateful trend we cannot overlook, wasteful catering. To avoid any leftovers, always plan using the mice technique. Make a list, include a smile, care for fresh products, embrace your local partner. When you have producers and suppliers at the reach of your fingertips, there's hardly any catering issue. Talking about sustainability, merchandising is a thing of the past. Experiences are the new merch. So let's get involved with local culture. Experience taught us that making an impression is more about substance than looks. And leading with responsibility means treasuring the most important. Trends will come and go, but the people we meet and the connections we make are what truly define our experiences. In a world that often feels divided, come celebrate our shared humanity and join us in a toast to what unites us.
Trends may fade, but we are forever. Trust us, darling, we know.
So, Ophelia became a big hit after her first film, and they're riding the wave with the second film. And I think, again, what they try here, and they tried in a very nice way, is to show culture, to show why should you use Porto e Norte as the place for your next event, your team building event, your conference, your whatever you do, as long as you get people to come over there. And to do this in a very cineastic way, especially when they did and showed at the end that this film was human-made and not done with artificial intelligence, because the big cloud that we have here is artificial intelligence. So let's see what we will see in the next 2 or 3 years, if we will see films without humans, totally done on computers, totally done by the big players like OpenAI or Anthropic, and all their friends. So again, they are trying to incite you to come to Porto e Norte by not being too specific, just creating a feeling and inviting you to get deeper into the matter and to have this iconic person that is Ophelia, who is leading the way in the film.
Okay, if you don't mind, yeah, so this film is promoting Porto, am I right? Which destination?
Porto e
north of
Norte,
Portugal.
so the northern region, which is Porto in the north, and it's promoting that you should do your event over there.
So, first of all, very well-made film. I think it's very much elaborated, lots of effort, using a color, music, background. Must have been a lot of cost to actually manufacture this kind of quality of a film. But going back to my previous comment, I would say this is belonging to the non-standard type. So if I haven't visited Porto or even Portugal before, that's a bit too much higher hurdle to understand and feel like, oh, I'd like to visit there. So if I'm already familiar with other Porto or north of Porto films, then this will be an addition to that. So that's more like a non-standard next level of kind of a build-up type of film.
Right.
So it's good, but probably a little bit of difficult to digest for the beginners.
Oh.
So I have a little bit of mixed feeling.
Right.
But still a very good film.
I actually felt the opposite, to be like, it's funny. Well, again, like Dom was saying, like this is the beauty of being, here as a jury and also like a part of this. But for me, like this was really nice. Like, and it started as like, it's totally not the actual like in tourism video to show like in a promotional video. But like, it was already saying like, it's nothing about, Instagram, nothing about like, being like, super famous or whatever. But like, this is something that we can offer, like nothing is going to change, it's not because of the trend. And, it's like, at the very beginning, I can already expect what I can actually dive into because of the introduction, how it's, being spoken. And that was actually really got my attention. And even though I've never been Porto, and I guess like you were asking him a question like where is it, like what is this is about? It's like yeah, like and I kind of had the same feeling too, like the city didn't stay in my mind after watching this video, but still like it made me want to experience what they're doing, and so for me that was a good video category. Again, like and everyone has different standards for good film and not good film, but I think two videos that you both chose are actually for me good videos in that sense. Like it made me wonder where that is, and also made me want to try these experiences that they were showing. Maybe not so much with the Switzerland video because it's nothing like I could actually experience, but like the scenery and also the sound. That's something that I wanted to use in my body. Experience, hear the sound or touch the, things that he was showing. So, yeah. What do you think, or what do you guys think?
Thank you very much. This movie is not only, I think, present the Porto, it's north of Portugal, because they are showing different culture inside, like the food that is very famous in north side. The people wearing the clothing and mask, that is the different city. So they're not particularly targeting one. So they did really good job, very creatively they design and give the message to the people to come to the north. Because in Portugal, mostly the south side tourism, like the Lisbon, the Algarve, and Tavira, this side has. So they did really good job with, like he said, with very high quality very good camera work, a combination of camera, story, and plus acting. So that make, I think, for viewers very attractive to come to the north and see the north.
Okay, for me, I'm more on the why should I go there if I'm going to do event? Yeah, because this is the mice, so it depends on the target market. So since this is for mice, so that means there should be a lot of information about it, why you should go there. But this is done very beautifully because they are doing it in a humorous way. It's not just giving information, but they showing it in a humorously, so it's make us wants to go there if we want to do the event, yeah. So there's the narratives, yeah, because that's also important. The narratives about what will you do there, and then if you want to do the outbound, you do there, traditional you do this, something like that, yeah. So narrative way, and so that we can see already if we go there, what will we experience, yeah, because we want to get the feel also from watching the video. So for me, this is very informative way, but in a very good video. Thank you.
I think this shows how important it is for the jury to understand the target group. So that's also what the public has to understand, that the jury is not watching the film. The jury has to read and is reading before why has the film been produced. And that's what we are asking all the entrants. And if you're an entrant, you know this, that you have to fill in and to tell the festival directors and those who are doing the festival, okay, I have a film. Why did I produce the film? What did I produce the film for? And maybe how has the film been produced? What was the briefing? So it's not just sending in videos and then hoping to win something. No, the jury has to understand why has the film been produced and what the film has been produced for. So we have here a mice film. The film has a very clear target group. The target group is people who are either having agencies, who are working for companies and are organizing events, team building events, conferences, and so on. And the other one, the Swiss film, we should find out what the target group was. So it's defined target groups, and the jury has to decide according to the target group. So the difficulty is that the jury has to become the target group. The jury member has to become the target group and has to see the film as a mice event coordinator. Am I, as a mice event coordinator, being thrilled by the film? Or am I, as, I don't know, a young musician type guy working in the rap industry or something like this, being interested by this? So that's super important. And on top of it, which makes the things even more complicated, we have the geographical and the mentality problems. So Asians, and we're here in Asia, think totally different sometimes than Europeans, and they think totally different than Americans. So as a film has been produced, and sometimes this happens with Latin American films because their main target market is the United States and so America, they have a totally different viewing habit than what Europeans have and that maybe what Asians have. So being a jury member is super complicated, and we are very happy, and here I'm talking as a festival organizer, to have juries with a big variety of jury members, or where jury members are coming from. And again, we are very thankful for people that are dedicating their time as a jury member and that they are bringing their expertise in having results that really reflect the good films and reflect what the films are or should be. Thank you.
Thank you. And anyone has another film and that you want to talk about? Share your feelings.
Viena é mar. Vida. Identidade. Um mar que nos une. Nestas águas, onde navegamos, constroem-se histórias que nos fazem ser parte de um eixo, de um Atlântico que nos abraça. Voltados para o mar, de olhos postos na Galiza, o território não é a linha que o divide, mas as pessoas que dele e nele vivem. Nas cores, nas formas e nos gestos. Construímos quem somos. Se na areia ou na eira se dançou, agora são muitos os palcos onde o diverso e a liberdade se apresentam. Deixa-te levar pela nossa cultura. Viana espera por ti.
So I selected this movie because this made by a very young man. Like Alexander said, in future, might be we don't see the real human inside, and we will not actually see the real film producer in future. Because I'm teaching cinema, and many students are going to the AI stuff, and they're believing on it. So this movie is that he worked really good. With very creatively try to very close to the subject, not showing, not using the drone, other stuff. Technically, this movie is very good, very well produced. Story is very nice. Target audience we should to define, but the people should come to the Vienna di Castello in this. So that's why I think we should appreciate the young people because they are working very hard and they're bringing really high quality of movie. And so in future, maybe we will not have these kind of people, young people. So that's why I select this movie. In script-wise, camera-wise, technically, story, everything is originally made, or it's a young person. He's very young, and he's doing a really good job.
Okay, so I add to that. My perspective is more on the human behavior, so more on the tourist behavior. Technically, I leave it to those who are very capable. So I see the cultural values is there, so that's why I like it very much because it's about humanity, yeah, and the story also is there and it matched with the visualization. So that's what I eager to see in the video, yeah. So even the previous one, I want to have that kind of narrative.